Welcome back, survivors. I'm SurvivalVis, and we return to Jurassic Park Revolution with the Outcast Dinosaurs DLC. This week we are focusing on a DLC map that is it's not included with the Outcast Dinosaurs, but it is a DLC add-on file you can find on ModDB, which is Isla Cosmica. So this is supposed to be an island 88.5 kilometers northwest of Isla Nublar. It's a biological reserve owned by the United Nations at a size medium with rank novice. So for this, we're going to just take all of our weapons along that we can, turn on double ammo, and probably go up to the Baryonyx, just to try to get more for the trophy room. And we'll spend the entire week on Isla Cosmica, probably branch off into adding Diplodocus and Iguanodon tomorrow, and then focus on just Yang Tyrannosaurus on Friday. Or sorry, not tomorrow, on Wednesday, and then Friday, Yang. Everything looks pretty good here, and I do admit, Cosmica installation didn't give me any troubles. But I was getting this little bit of like the weird double step jitter glitch, and I do have to really thank Godix in the comments of, I think it was Carnivores Divergent, but it might have been Carnivores Triplex too, where there is a fix to actually solve that. Everything's looking good, so I'm just going to hop in and then I'll cover a little bit about what that fix is and a step that's not included with that. But let's just get into the hunt first. Oh, jeez. Loaded right in beside a Baryonyx. At least that we know we've got one guaranteed for the trophy room already, but whew. I just heard a little bit of stomping, did my resolution trick with the tilde and that command, and turned to see that big guy staring us down. They'll definitely drop you in dangerous spots at times. Okay, let's take a look at the map. Doesn't look too large. It is just ranked as a medium-sized map, so fair bit of room to explore in that, but doesn't go all the way to the outskirts of the entire playable area for a level. And yeah, so the problem I was having with Cosmica and the fix. So, when you install a Carnivores mod, usually you are loading right from the executable, or optionally, you can create a shortcut of the executable and like send it to your desktop or whatever for ease of loading in. Because I usually go right to the executable to boot up Carnivores mods or games, the fix doesn't work if you're only using the executable. You actually have to create a shortcut of that executable or of the program you would launch the game with. And then what you do is on the shortcut in the file explorer, you right-click that, go into its properties, and down in that window under the shortcut tab, there's an option that says run, and it'll probably say normal. Oh, I see Tyrannosaurus. There we go. I should have gotten in with just one instead of the three, but I mean, at least we got him. But anyway, where was I? Right, so you have your executable, you created a shortcut of it, you go into the properties of that shortcut, unrun, it says normal, and that normal is actually a drop-down box. It has a few options. It'll be normal, minimized, maximized. You need to set it to minimized, apply the change, and then you need to restart the computer. And then once it's restarted and you use the shortcut to launch the mod, you should have the double step and jitters completely gone, no problem anymore. If you don't restart the computer, you're going to have some issues in the mod, because I decided to try that, see if I didn't need to do the restart. No, you do, because then, like, the dinosaur textures don't apply right, there's, might be a couple of other things with it. But yeah, I've got that comment pinned. I might even do a video on the steps of the fix, because it has worked perfectly. Cosmica was one I was having that double step jitter sort of thing with, and now it's completely solved without issue. At least I'm fairly sure. I've been running into a little bit of a crash here or there at the 5-minute mark still. So it makes me think it's not the Mars Edition engine, but maybe like a Windows update kind of caused... Okay, you're just ambience. Yeah, I just couldn't really tell because of the way you were bent forward. It makes me think that the 5-minute Mars Edition engine crash is because of something Windows has done through its more recent updates in like Windows 10 or such. And the crash comes from that. I can't say for certain, but it's weird that I was having it in Jurassic Park Revolution. It seems like it's been smoothed out, though, for whatever setting was changed. And it's one of the... What the heck is that? It's one of the problems I have a little bit with trying to cover carnivores content, is because the games can be kind of... Or the mods and the games are unstable with their age, and... Oh, I think that's an iguanodon out there. Or maybe an apatosaurus. I can't tell what the distance is, and, you know, with, like, the fog that's way down here. Okay, I think that's an apatosaurus, yeah. That Aluramus might be something I need to take care of. Oh, jeez, I can barely see him. I just see his shadow more so than actually seeing it. Oh, carcass here. Or, not even carcass, just an old ribcage. But as carnivores, each individual mod seems to, like, come out. There's little technical quirks here or there. Some things you have to do, others you don't, and... It makes it a little difficult to try to cover the content. Okay, I think he's coming in, but I can't tell. There we go. Nice shot. It makes it hard to cover the mod because you're never sure if you're going to have a full recording or you're going to have a crash in the middle of it, or how to resolve some of the problems you run into. And it can be completely individual basis of it works here, but it doesn't work for here. It works on this computer, not this computer. It works this system, not this system. It can be super hard to figure out. United Nations, no trespassing. I'm a trespass. Okay. And I can't because there's an invisible wall, but I have no idea what this would be for. I don't know if this is like a survey outpost. Although it's built like in a dried up lake bed or something, so... I thought it was almost like an oil rig when we first spotted it from afar. Yeah, this is pretty interesting to find on Cosmica. I don't know what they were up to with it. But all I can see, like, from the ambience are these little shadows just on the edges of the hill, so... This could be a place where if you get carnivores spawning in the middle, you're not quite sure how dangerous it would be to be down here. Oh, I see a Myosora. Okay, we'll probably look at trying to get her, because we did have a couple shots placed. But yeah, once you play around a little bit with technical stuff, it seems you can kind of get most carnivores mods and things working. I might actually try with the Mars Edition engine. I don't think the double step would be... Like, I don't think I've encountered the double step in any of, like, Jurassic Park Hunter Legends. And I honestly don't know if... There's just so many ifs and questions about it that, again, it's hard to be certain I can cover some carnivores content at times, because I don't know if the mod on their own individual basis will work or not. I do have the next carnivores content already figured out. It's going to be a step quite a bit different from a lot of what we've done already, but it is a returning series too, and I think it might be pretty interesting for a few people. Although it is one that it's not quite as accessible anymore. It's a bit of a shame, but it's still definitely a good piece of carnivores content, and we'll definitely spend some time with it. I heard something for a moment there. Nope. Okay, so there is the Myosora out that way. Oh, the wind is pretty bad, though. Oh, actually, there you are. Was that a completely different animal? Because, like... I think that was a different Myosora. Because that was another 3 shots put into it with the sniper rifle, of all things. And I really expected, like, if it was the same one, it wouldn't have been able to go through and take that many more shots. I do need to be careful, though, as we're rushing through the bush. We already ran into the one Baryonyx just on dropping in, and there could be the Deinonychus here, too. I hear something big ahead. Okay, the wind is thankfully blowing offshore. Okay, there is a Myosora. Oh, hang on. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Was not planning on any interruptions, but it's kind of out of your control at some times. Okay, yeah, so... Oh, no, it's running, isn't it? No, it's not. Let me try to call it into us. I think as long as I don't move, we can pull it back and try to get a few shots on it. Like, I don't know if it's the same one or it's a different one. Oh my... Okay, seriously, how much health does that thing have? Yeah, I think that's a big problem I had with Jurassic Park Revolution, is that the animals felt like they were just these health sponges, or these bullet sponges, that you'd have to pump so much into them before they might actually go down. I don't know if it, like, seems that way in the values once you're actually in the res files, but when you're in-game, and, like, you take 3 sniper rounds to an animal, and it still just doesn't care, it does feel a little bit unfair. Well, not even 3, I think, like, even if that was either one of the 2 Myosora, that's at least 5 sniper rounds that have been pumped into it. And unlike, say, the Hunter, where you do have, it loses health over time because of of shots. I wanted to say hits and shots, you know what you got. So, yeah, it just feels like you pump in so much, so much more than you should have to. I do hope Tormer does kind of give a little revisit to Jurassic Park Revolution one day, just because it is really good quality what's here. Like, the textures, the models, all the sounds. The only thing that really could use a little bit of improvement might be the weapons, so they feel a bit better to use, and they feel a little more accurate. Although that might just be because the iron sights could be better. Okay, there is an Alioramus, but I don't know if he's coming in or going away. Okay, that was a shotgun we were using, so I'd say that still probably feels about fair for, like, the amount of firepower you might need to put out. Again, the rifle, it's such a narrow front sight on it that it seems like it can easily be lost in blending into the environment as you use it. But hopefully we'll be able to track down that Myosora, because we did see one running off further this way after dealing with the Alioramus. And then we got the one Baryonyx by surprise at the start, so not going to worry too much about getting another one of those. So far, we have been fairly successful in showing off the Outcast Dinosaur roster. I do feel like maybe they could use... certain members of them might be... Okay, see, that is a different Myosora, because now that is a 4-ton. No, and we got something up there, I think. Okay, that's the 2.9, so I think that's the one we started with. Or at least that's one we've been pumping a lot of shots into. I might actually use the M16, because this, I think, has been pretty accurate for us. I'll try to see if we can catch up to that one there. Oh, it's probably going to be pretty difficult to do. Oh, yeah, it's... Oh, no, we got that one, too.
Nice shot.
Yeah, it's weird. Unless maybe I've been after both of them. It could be that. Like, one of the ways to really pay attention to if it is the same animal you've been after is to focus on the weight of them.
Returning to base.
As that will kind of let you know for sure. Actually, I think I just did a circle around, didn't I? I think I went down into the valley, went way off to the coast, and then just worked my way right back up to where we started. But yeah, if you watch the weight of the animals you're after, that's going to be your best way to know it is the one you've been tracking or taking shots on, or it's a completely different one. It's just my bad habit. I completely ignored what it was, just for the species. I'm kind of tempted with what we got so far. Let's just head to the trophy room to make sure we have the Baryonyx as the new thing to show off. Okay, here we are in the trophy room, and yeah, we have our familiars, the Myosora. I do really love the Dinosaurs. They feel like a perfect starting animal. It's almost like a mini parasaur that fits the role of starting animal for a roster really well. But you can see where the new additions are with this big guy as like the centerpiece. God, that is a great Baryonyx. Like, I know there's, like, the official looks for Baryonyx that are from, Jurassic World, and we've seen Jurassic Park Hunter Legends have in. But I like this more camouflaged in look. That feels a bit more natural to the animal. Like, not these super bright, vivid colors, almost as, like, a tourist showpiece, which do kind of fit for Jurassic Park World theming. But here, where it's actually meant to look like basically large bipedal alligator crocodile, works well for it. These little darker stripes to help it camouflage a bit more. Very well done, Baryonyx. And one thing I really have to admit, every eye in the mod has been super, super detailed, and I like that. Well, almost every eye. The poor Myosora, not so much. But the Dinosaurs, even if it is... See, even if it's baked in as a texture and not, like, different or apart, still can see the detail to it. Elegy has its own eye. It's just the Myosora so far that doesn't seem to have. But yeah, Baryonyx, a fantastic addition for this DLC. It does feel like a nice medium-sized carnivore, as you can definitely get bigger, you can definitely get smaller, as we see with these guys. And yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye out for more as we keep playing Jurassic Park Revolution, the Outcast Dinosaurs DLC. I think we are going to wrap things up here. There's not too much more to really show off or go through. We have seen the rest of the roster from the previous hunts. So next episode, we're going to add in the Diplodocus and the Iguanodon onto the hunts. Try to get those two. I might actually try to see if I can free up some slots here, because we do have a number of animals. Probably try to save 2 of each, so, maybe we'll keep the first Apatosaurus and get rid of the third here. We've already gotten quite a few of these guys. The Tenonto, actually, yeah, we already have 2 others, so we'll say goodbye to you. The Myosora, they're probably one of the more lacking. Actually, I'd probably say they might be the most lacking, because at least the Tenontosaurus, once you get up close, you have a little bit more interesting features around the head in that. Like, from afar, these guys are probably the most bland, but as you get a little bit more to medium range, you kind of see more of like these darker colors around the head and the eye that helps make them a little more vivid. Whereas the Myosora kind of has the same sort of look, and then as you get closer, there's not too much more detail to them. I think that... Okay, so we could use another Wahurosaurus. We'll get rid of that Deinonychus, because we got those 2. And Elegy, maybe we'll get rid of you. We'll hold on to you and get rid of, I think, this guy on the right. There we go. That gives us plenty for the remaining dinos still to go. And we'll end off with a nice view of the Baryonyx here. Thank you all so much for joining me on this episode of Jurassic Park Revolution, Outcast Dinosaurs DLC. If you did like the video, be sure to give a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave comments right down below. And until I see you in the next video, hunters and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.